Hello, Therese Lawler here. So I am currently in Sacramento, California. I am headed to San Jose, Costa Rica, and so far my adventure has gone well. It's been quite um, a roundabout flight. I couldn't get a Reading to Sacramento direct flight. So you have to fly Reading to San Francisco, San Francisco to Sacramento, which is awesome because it doesn't take a long time compared to like doing that by Greyhound, which I've done, I believe, twice. So yeah, it was cool to have booked that flight. And then I am currently in Hilton, in let me see what it's called exactly. It is Hilton Garden Inn. It's really nice. I actually really like it. Um, when I booked it through Agoda, they asked me if I wanted a ride from the airport to here for $50, and I had a feeling that Hilton did that for free, but I went and just clicked on it anyway, and so I did, and I got a super shuttle, and the super shuttle basically picks you up. They assign you to a van, and they pick you up, and it said that they picked you up close to baggage claim 3. And so I was standing there, but they actually go towards the end, and I didn't see them. Like, it's like far past baggage claim 3. And so I waited and waited for them, and it took me, I don't know, like an hour to like actually realize like my person isn't coming. Like, because I arrived about an hour before my pickup time. So I arrived like around 8. And so once I got checked out of the airport, like once I got my baggage and everything, and stood outside, and I clicked on my little app that said, or my email, and I clicked on check in, and they assigned me, a customer number and then a shuttle number, a vehicle number, and so that was like around 8:30, and then I had booked a time for 9:30 because I was arriving around 8:30 p.m. and I didn't know if there was going to be any delays with my arrival and then also baggage pickup, and so I just wanted to book an extra hour for me to make sure that I was out and ready for my ride. And so once I booked it for 8:30, and I thought, oh, it's gonna come out maybe at 9:30. I kind of just stood around and was like, well, maybe they're a little late because of this and that. And I had a little app thing, like a website thing that is talked to me about like where my ride was. Like, it showed me like a little picture of where my shuttle was, and I kept just clicking on it. And it's like getting closer, and then it was like there, and then I was like, where is it? I couldn't find it, so I just standing there because I was like, I know it's a super shuttle. I saw super shuttles pass by, and so I was like trying to wave down this one super shuttle that kept going like fast. Like, I saw it twice, and it wasn't that though. And then finally, I decided to contact them. I called them and I was like, hello, like my super shuttle still hasn't arrived. And so they assigned me to a new super shuttle, and this guy came out. And before he arrived, I said, contact me on my little website app thingy. Contact me once you arrive so I know where you are. And so he called me once he arrived, and I was like, where are you? He was like, oh, we're not supposed to be out, in the middle. I know it says that, but we're not allowed to be out in the middle anymore because people must have been standing there too long and had taken advantage of that. So we have to be over past the baggage claim, like where the taxis are. And so he was parked there. And so I went to there and got a ride. I was so thankful. Finally arrived, and I was like, yay. And the room was just like super nice, and they didn't have a king, but they have this two, I think, full size beds or kings. Ooh, I don't know, full or queen, probably full size beds, and I'm utilizing one of them and I absolutely love it. And there's a nice big desk, and I have just been working on my Spanish. So I've been working on this book, and it's a really simple book. And I've talked about this in my videos before. And it just basically, goes over simple words. It's a very beginner's book, and they have you, write down the word twice, so it really kind of sticks in your head, and it just gets me practicing the Spanish that I've learned in the past. And there's little stickers and pictures and everything, so it's pretty interesting. So there's some of the stickers. I've stuck the stickers on my Costa Rica notebook just for fun. There is a sticker that came from Fidel's game, and then there's all of these little Spanish words, and I have here all of these little Spanish words that I've put down. This book is pretty cool. So far, I have some of my volunteer training type stuff in here, and I love that. And, it's going to be more of a portfolio piece, I wanted to say, like it's like my volunteer book, and I want it to have cool stuff in it. And I really like all of the different things that I've put in here, and my Instax that I've put in. I think it really makes it, and the little stickers. I really love making notebooks, and I think this is going to turn out to be a really cool notebook, and I can't wait for this to completely fill up with all sorts of activities that I will have done, and just cataloging or notating what I've been up to in Costa Rica, and putting in some Instax photos. I didn't buy that much Instax film. I had bought 3 packs a few weeks ago, and then I kind of decided I think I only want a pack of Instax for Costa Rica. And I was like, I'm just not gonna buy anymore. And I'd gotten a digital camera that's this Canon little camera. It was $100, but I thought it would be better to use that than fill up my iPhone completely. And then I didn't want to have to like I didn't want to bring my big giant camera that's a Canon Rebel, because the lens isn't that great for anything besides like really close up, or I don't know. In the past, I've taken that camera from Red Bluff to Baltimore, and they took apart my luggages, and they like broke the actual zippers to get to my luggage because of the camera. And so I wanted to bypass that, because it was just too much trouble. Like, for whatever reason, they couldn't get into my lock, I guess, and so they broke my zippers. And the camera is big and bulky, so yeah, I resorted to just getting a little one, and hopefully that'll help me take pictures for my trip, and it'll be useful. And I got a pretty large card, so I just need to set it up now. So yeah, and I am just going to do more Spanish lessons. I think Spanish lessons throughout the day is going to be a big part of this volunteer trip because you do like about 3 hours of volunteering a day. And so, you are teaching for about 3 hours. But I've signed up for Spanish classes for 4 hours. So that's gonna be like the one where it's like an actual like class, and I think it will definitely help with learning Spanish, and I can't wait to work with Maximo Novell in getting my Spanish, uh, uh, better. I suppose I've done many years of Spanish learning, but like I've forgotten a lot of it, and just being able to learn Spanish, will be in Spanish speaking country and be able to apply that out in real life, and yeah, so that'll be fun, and I really can't wait to start teaching. I've never done that before, with like an actual class. Like I've taught here and there, one to one, and students, just some languages, but like not English, and not like in a classroom setting. I don't know what it's gonna be actually. They haven't told me the specifics of where I would be assigned. They're going to assign me as to like where the need is at that moment, and so yeah, it'll be cool. I was talking to a girl at the airport about how I was interested in learning a new, I guess, kind of, like career. Like I've been, going to school for it, and I have my TFL certification. But it's just, something new to actually like practice. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that this is going to be one of the more fulfilling jobs that I'll have ever done. It's one thing to work in retail and help someone find a bag, but it's another to teach someone English and help them get a future with, working in tourism and whatever else, where they can use their English, and just help them get a better life. So that should be fun. Anyway, that is it for my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.